In 2025, the global economy is navigating through a storm of uncertainty. Inflation, geopolitical tensions, financial volatility, these are not just headlines. They are signals. And when rare but catastrophic events strike, the so-called black swans, they reshape everything. So, how many black swans are circling the global economy today? A black swan is an unpredictable, high-impact event. It comes from nowhere, and once it happens, the world never looks the same. Think. The 2008 financial crisis. The COVID-19 pandemic. The Ukraine war. And in 2025, more may be coming. Let's take a closer look at the global black swan risk radar. Our radar highlights 7 key areas of potential disruption: geopolitical conflict, tech regulation, financial crisis, climate disruption, health crisis, energy shock, and food security. Each one is rated from 1 to 5 based on risk intensity. In 2025, geopolitical conflict and climate disruption top the chart with level 4 risks. From the Red Sea shipping disruptions to tensions in the Taiwan Strait, global trade routes are no longer safe. Any escalation, military or political, could trigger global supply chain chaos. Historical black swan case, Russia-Ukraine war, 2022 present. When Russia invaded Ukraine, markets were stunned. Energy prices spiked, wheat exports collapsed. Suddenly, Europe was on the brink of recession, and the world was reminded that regional wars can trigger global inflation. Another black swan, Middle East oil embargo, 1973. The OPEC oil embargo shocked the world economy overnight. Oil prices quadrupled. Stock markets crashed. Inflation surged. The embargo reshaped Western foreign policy for decades. Climate disruption, risk level 4. In 2025, potential flashpoints like the Taiwan Strait or Iran-Israel tensions could spark similar ripple effects. Record heat waves in Asia. Severe floods in Europe. A shrinking global food supply, all within the last 6 months. Climate shocks now impact both developed and developing economies in real time. Historical black swan, Pakistan floods, 2022. 1/3 of the country was underwater. Millions displaced. Agriculture devastated. Cotton and wheat exports fell and inflation soared. Another case, European heat wave, 2003. Heat-induced power grid failures led to blackouts across major cities. Over 70,000 deaths occurred, mostly elderly, without warning. Climate change has morphed from a long-term risk into a near-term economic shock. In 2025, a single megastorm could cripple supply chains or displace millions. Financial crisis, risk level 3. With global debt hitting all-time highs, even a mid-sized bank collapse could shake investor confidence. The shadow banking sector and over-leveraged funds remain under watch. Black Swan case, Lehman Brothers collapse, 2008. The bankruptcy of Lehman Brothers triggered the global financial crisis. Credit markets froze. Major banks teetered. Trillions were wiped off global stock markets in weeks. Recent example, Credit Suisse collapse, 2023. Switzerland's second-largest bank folded unexpectedly, prompting a state-facilitated UBS takeover. Systemic risk is now embedded in every financial link, from crypto firms to private debt funds. In 2025, one weak node could bring down the web. 5. Tech regulation, risk level 3. The rapid rise of AI has outpaced regulation. The US and EU are tightening controls fast. For tech giants, this means uncertainty. For markets, potential overcorrection. Historical black swan, China's tech crackdown, 2021 to 2022. Alibaba's Ant-IPO was abruptly cancelled. Tech stocks like Tencent and Meituan lost over 40% in market cap. Investor confidence in Chinese tech evaporated almost overnight. Emerging risk: AI disruption outpacing policy. Unregulated generative AI tools may lead to mass job displacement, misinformation, and algorithmic crashes. If regulators respond too late or too aggressively, entire sectors could stall. In 2025, one sweeping regulation could freeze innovation or trigger tech panic selling. Energy shock, risk level 3. Energy prices are no longer predictable. The Middle East remains unstable, and global oil supply is vulnerable. One pipeline. One political move. That's all it takes. Historical Black Swan, Fukushima disaster, 2011. After the earthquake and nuclear meltdown, Japan shut down all nuclear reactors. Global LNG prices surged and fossil fuel demand spiked. Case study: Nord Stream pipeline sabotage, 2022. An underwater explosion destroyed parts of the gas pipeline between Russia and Europe. Natural gas prices skyrocketed. Industry production in Germany dropped sharply. Food security, risk level 3. From wheat in Ukraine to rice in India, climate and conflict are straining food supplies. If disruptions persist, the cost of living crisis will deepen, especially in the global south. Black Swan case, Arab Spring trigger, 2010-2011. A sudden spike in food prices, especially wheat, led to political uprisings across the Middle East and North Africa. Tunisia, Egypt, Libya all changed regimes. Food inflation sparked political revolution. Another case, India's rice export ban, 2023. To stabilize domestic prices, India banned exports of certain rice types. Prices surged in Africa and Southeast Asia, worsening inflation. In 2025, another food-exporting nation may tighten supply, instantly raising global hunger and unrest. Health crisis, risk level 2. While not dominant today, the rise of avian flu strains in Asia has caught attention. The world learned from COVID, but are we truly prepared for the next one? Historical Black Swan, COVID-19 pandemic, 2020. In less than 90 days, global economies shut down. Unemployment surged. Global travel collapsed. It was the fastest economic shutdown in history. Another case, SARS, 2003. Although more contained, SARS shocked East Asia's markets. Travel and hospitality industries were decimated. In 2025, a new zoonotic virus or a lab breach could force sudden lockdowns, export bans, and fear-driven market sell-offs. What does this mean for you? Black swans can't be predicted, but they can be prepared for. For investors, it means diversifying into safer assets like gold, treasury bonds, water, food-related equities, cybersecurity, and green energy funds. For businesses, it means building resilient, multi-region supply chains. Scenario-based financial planning, ensuring against non-traditional risk. For governments, it means monitoring weak signals, investing in resilience, not just growth. For everyone, it means staying informed, not just by the news, but by signals beneath the surface. Watching the radar, not just reacting to the storm. Stay alert, stay informed, and stay ahead of the next black swan. This is Golden Shadow, where every boom has a shadow and every crisis has a signal.